Hey guys, today is the day. I got my 2 new tarantulas in my collection to add to my collection. Can you guess which one this is? PC. What does that stand for? It is an arboreal. It is New World, but they get pretty large. They get to be about 8 to 9 inches in leg span. So can you guess what it is? Let's have a look. Got my catch cup ready. They are fast. And this is a little baby. Can already see movement in there, so it is alive. Oh my goodness, look at this. Already trying to escape. Have you figured it out yet? The common name is Trinidad chevron. It is a Psalmopoeus camerdry. Isn't that cute? Aww. Alive and well. Thank you, Kelly Swift. Look at that. Already making a web line. It's in unfamiliar territory, so it's making a web line. Oh, what a sweetheart. Oh. They're not as defensive as the Psalmopoeus arminia, but they can be feisty if they want to be. But they would rather run and hide than put up a fight. But yeah, they get to be about pokey size. They get pretty large. But for now, since this is just a baby, I will be putting this one in a pretty small enclosure. Isn't that cool? Alright, let me show you what the next one is. Here's a tarantula that I've been wanting for a long time. Can you guess what it is? EM. This is a New World. They like to burrow, but I've heard that some of them like to stay out in the open, but many of them prefer to burrow. So with these, it's good to provide one, or they'll make one themselves, but make the substrate deep enough for them. They like it a little bit on the humid side. They release urticating hairs from, rather than their abdomen, from their pedipalps. So that should be a big hint right there. Let's see what else. For a New World, this one actually is quite feisty. So I would not recommend handling this one for sure. But I have been wanting it for a long time. Let's take a look. This one, I believe, well, I can't remember if this one's going to be any bigger. They grow to be about 4 to 5 inches, so they're not huge tarantulas, but you know, decent sizes. Alive and well and feisty. Already feisty at this young age. Oh my goodness. Looks like the abdomen, let me see, has almost a greenish color to it. Well, you've probably figured it out by now, even though it doesn't look at all like it does when it's an adult. This is the Ephopopus murinus, the skeleton. And I've been wanting one of these for a very long time. So I'm looking forward to watching this one grow. But yeah, isn't he cute? Oh, abdomen looks maybe more bluish in color. It's kind of hard to tell, bluish, greenish, whatever. But lovely. I really like how the skeleton, hence the name, once they get older and they start showing that classic pattern. I like the way the pattern, the striping on the legs look. I mean, they really do look like bones. Yeah. So I really think that's cool. And the fact that they flick urticating hairs from their pedipalps. Because as you know, most New Worlds prefer to flick hairs off of their abdomen. Isn't he cute? Here, spread out a little bit. He's so precious. I'm going to take good care of you. So I'm going to create your enclosures and let you settle down, and maybe we'll feed you in a couple of days so you can get acclimated to your new surroundings. Alright, stay tuned for that. I've decided to put my Brachypalma smithi, my baby one, into this larger enclosure here. One side of it is dry and the other one is damp, in case this one wants a drink. So this is the enclosure you may recall that the bee smithi is in, and I think it's outgrowing it anyway. So I'm just going to transfer the bee smithi over to this larger enclosure and then give this one to the E. marinus, or murinus. Yeah. And of course they don't want to they don't want to get out of their home that they're so used to. Yeah, it's understandable. You know, their own webbing is in there, and okay. I don't want to hurt you. You're so fragile. There we go. In you go. Welcome to your new home. Now that ended up being easy. Okay. Okay, so this enclosure here doesn't have holes in it, so all I'm going to do is find me a tack or something and just, you know, stick little holes in here without stabbing the tarantula. So that's what I'll do for that. That's the only thing I lack there. Alright, now I'm going to clean this out and put in a new substrate for the E. murinus. Okay, now I have the smaller enclosure that the bee smithi was in available for the E. murinus. I did put extra humidity in that one, and also deep enough substrate for this teeny tiny tea to burrow if it so wishes to. So I can already tell that he or she wants to get out. So this lid already has holes in it, obviously, because it used to belong to the bee smithy. So let me very carefully open the lid, and then get my tongs even to kind of get him out, and put the lid on very tightly or quickly before he or she becomes adventurous. And there you go. Easy. That was a very easy transfer. So that one will have plenty to drink, and then in a couple of days I'll give him a pinhead. Alright, now I'm going to make a home for my pea camera dry. Stay tuned. Well, I had to find a different enclosure for the Psalmopoeus camera dry. I already punched holes in the lid and the sides, so I just put some substrate in there. I wet half of the enclosure and kept the other side dry, and I put even a little stick in there it could crawl on, since they're arboreal, although when they're younger they're not so much arboreal, but in case it wants to, it can. So let's hope that this will be an easy transfer. And being arboreal, they're not very easy to transfer. They really are not. So there you have it. All done. So now my bee smithy is in a larger enclosure. And then here is my Muranus in the old bee smithy enclosure. So what I'm going to do now is just leave them alone. They're all hydrated, and I'll probably feed them in a couple of days and film that. Alright, thanks guys.